If you're running a small business, you're likely wasting hours on tasks that could be automated. And it's not in my opinion because I want to sell something, it's a fact. Because you always work, you always have tasks to do, and you just don't have a time to think and prioritize how to make it better. The problem with this, we have a lot of tools, we have a lot of tutorials, but we don't understand how really implement it. And I don't want you to see on my head talking here a lot. In the end of this video, you will find a list of tasks that you really can implement or automate. If you are working with someone like automation expert, you will know exactly what to ask for, and it will really bring your project forward because you know what to expect. It's not a secret, but I just can say that automations agency just we're here, I don't know, like 10 years, 20 years from now. And the problem that a lot of people link automation agency to AI, but the best automations, this is something what is not connected to AI. And let's get started. That we have, let's say, 7 days, and 7 days you will have tasks on what to do. The first mistake which everyone makes, it's not realizing that they have a problem or something what is really can be done better. The first step always in solving the problems, accepting that you have a problem. And this is like, I'm unique, I have unique processes, I have unique customers, I must talk to them, they must to trust me, they must to know that they are speaking with a human, we must to pre-process all our payments and checks manually because this is how works our bank system and it will always was in this way. And this is really the biggest problem because someone is just don't want to see and realize that you're working so much because you cannot automate what is can be done faster, better, and for your benefit. And it's a lot of people who just like work 24/7 just because they like it. And that's also okay, nothing wrong with it. But if you don't make this step, you can just don't watch this video to the next step. This is most crucial because we are starting and we must to commit that we will do something. Because this is no reason to consume information which you will not use in, let's say, next week or next month or at all. Just click off this video and don't spend your time and just watching TikToks. It will be much better for you and for me. Yeah. Because I really want to help and show how it can be done and how it practically usually done. Yep. This can really take a lot of time, but I think you have it already. If you have some business, if you have cash flow, you have a team, you must to have it. It's like must have. This is list of your processes, mapping, SOAPs. You can call it how you want. The main that you must to have it and you must to know exactly what's, let's say, your departments, what they are doing, what is their revenue, or where you have, let's say, zeros, minuses, pluses, who is helping who and who is communicating with whom, and how this communication is look like. Also, if you have it and you just don't see where this can be automated, if you're still having those processes and you're no clue where you can automate or what you can do because you're thinking that everything is perfect before you are really deeply and honestly asking your team what they are thinking about their job, what can be automated for them. Okay, some people really like to work a lot and do the repetitive tasks. Nothing wrong with it, but always keep in mind that if someone can talk to you and say that, yeah, like we're having those emails and sometimes it's like, I'm not sure if we are doing the right job. Maybe we can automate somehow Q&A for our customers, because it's really I just typing the same thing every day, and maybe I can do something. Of course, not a lot of people will say to you, but after some time you will identify such things and you will just like on this. And yeah, try, talk, think, and just make something like this. Not like this, but just to know how your information going, what someone is doing, and after this we can move to second day. You have a list of your processes. We started this step on the previous, but now you're more focused not just on taking something, but more about analyzing and which information you have. Yesterday you grabbed this information, now you are realizing what can be done. And the basic and the best things which you can do is learn what is ChatGPT for Teams and start to see your all processes from this prisma that happening daily or weekly, what you must to do, like content, some messages, mails, what is really repetitive. It's not about placing humans or something, but what is really repetitive. And you have this on your calendar. You know that, okay, here I must do this, and this is your pattern, how you interact with this particular day. The next is, of course, you have your regulations, how your company works, what are the rule-based things, and always look on these regulations, because you can give it to ChatGPT or some LLM, give some instructions, chain of thought, make AI agent, and just here we go. You have someone who can teach your members on your documentation, on your rules, and so on. Copy pasting data. I can say that I really believe that in next 10 years, everything what you are doing on your computer will be done with ChatGPT operator or something similar, because I think you saw it. It can click on your browser, it can fill out your sheets, it can create for your presentation. And this is really not something what will be really important. I know some companies has really difficult and complicated systems, processes, why they're passing this data into this. But really, if you want, you can automate it. And why not? Maybe you will have less employees. But it's another story, but always think in this. Excels, math, it depends, but always you can have some formulas and something what can be implemented without AI, just algorithm and nothing more. Yeah, I'm not very agree with it, but also agree with it. Because creative thinking, someone is understanding this is like artistic work, thing which you are doing. It's more about thinking with real problems. Thinking, tweaking, how they can be, how you better can ask. Because now you can generate with ChatGPT something, but if you cannot apply it in real world, it's useless. Unfortunately, you're a genius, but it's useless. Yeah, and examples: manually forwarding emails, copy pasting, and following up. But following up, I will be very cautious. You can automate it, but always think about, if you don't have a database with your customers, it's better to you talk to them, because for now it will be much more for you and for your business, because you know what your customers want. And when you get some, let's say, ChatGPT reports from your email, Jira tasks, it's very cool. But if you are really participating in this process and you really see where is it going, because AI always will talk to you that this is the best thing, you are in the right direction. Day 3. What is the ideal outcome of automating those tasks? It's more about visualization and knowledge where you're going. Because if you don't know what you want and you just ask someone, give me this automation and or something, or let's make a chatbot DM, some people can really identify when they work with you. Wrong vision, their understanding of your product. And if you're not thinking about how to make in this way that I see how it must be, if you cannot articulate it, someone will, and someone will do in their own, and you will have a control, but it will be more likely someone's vision, and sometimes it really breaks some products. Day 4, this very fast day. You just writing your vision, documenting it, what you had from the previous night, from the previous day. You always document, and now you know your vision. About automation, which will improve efficiency, can you write more about it? And instead, for example, of manually copying sales data into spreadsheets, I want a system that will pull sales data, updates my reports, emails, and give me summary every morning. And this is really pretty easy to do, because when you start to look on the automations tool, on AI and all this shiny stuff, it really can disappoint you, and you will think in this way that everything is a scam and so on. Just know your vision, write down, and move in this direction. Day number 5. Now, this is a day for research. You know what you want, you know how it must look like, you documented it. We're moving to searching for automations. With high probability, if you are tech stuck, you can make it with a code. If you don't want to go into a code, you can go to no code, just to be familiar what is it and how to use it. It's also simple to understand and learn, but you must spend time on it and always think if you have it, because this step is really important, because you know what is exist. Maybe you don't know how to build it, but you know where to search and how it look like in real life and what you can expect from others. Just research, Google, YouTube, GitHub. With 80%, I can say that you will find pieces of code, automations, on everything what you need to automate something. If you can understand and combine those different pieces into one particular part, which will be bigger, and you will see it as a one picture. Best friend is make.com. Just I will show you. Yeah, this is like the tool, or an 8N. It's open source workflow for AI agents. You can use it not for AI agents. You can make endpoints, a lot of different stuff, automations with mail. Of course, you have Zapier. And the next is day 6. And if you're thinking that you can automate everything and everything will be good, how we know? Devil is always in details. And if you're telling that you can do this, before you do this, it's always very optimistic. because you don't know a real life, and when you really practically do something, you know it in every detail. And no automation is perfect on a first try. All situation is unique and you must tweak it. If it's too complex, step back. Sometimes you really don't need automation. This is a very cool step, because we are trying to automate and now we just realizing that we can, or we don't must automate. And sometimes really be very old school, because that's very important. Sometimes a simple spreadsheet formula or moving a table in your office can make much more difference than chatbot on your website. And just hear me out about this. Yeah, no one will use this AI automation, which are useless because you saw that it will be implemented. You always must to think how this automation will fit into this workflow of your team. Day 7, our finished day, and you can hurrah, we've made something. Yeah, I didn't say that you will have an automation. I mentioned that you will have a list of tasks which you can automate. Because if you want to automate something, you really must spend a lot of time, and it's not like I will learn it and I will do this. You will know the basics, but doesn't mean that you will be someone who can make it. And now you're deciding if you really want to bring some automation expert. Don't overcomplicate. Always look for easy solutions, because I know people who are watching how to automate processes and thinking about processes sometimes make processes where it is not needed. And sometimes the best automation, it's more about deleting, removing, and maybe some AI agent. Something not really directly influence on your profit or revenue, just skip this and be okay where you now. But if you want to have more time, or let's say more efficient processes, decide if you want someone in your not team but to hire, and what to expect from him. Okay, and here you can download this image. I will just leave it in a link below. You just can copy paste, and always know that sometimes it's not about agents at all.